The oldest national team in football history, along with Scotland. England and Scotland played the first ever international in 1872 in a 0-0 draw. Since that game, well over 1,000 players have been capped by the England national football team, an average of around 8 to 9 newly capped players each year. England have won the World Cup once, reached the semi-finals twice, and the European Championship final. The decision of who the England manager is formally selected, chosen to represent the country, has been long a topic of debate and disagreement. It goes without saying that it should be the best English players, but there's a number of reasons why several world-class players never got the chance to wear an England cap. So we're going to go through the top 10 today. Starting off with number 10, Steve Bruce, one of the most well-known names. Bruce may not have been technically gifted, but his career statistics and achievement made it surprising he never won a cap. The central defender spent 9 seasons at Man United, playing more than 300 games, winning the Premier League titles and 9 other trophies, forming a formidable partnership with Gary Pallister. Unlike most, he was offered the opportunity, but turned it down at the age of 34 as he considered it to be sympathetic. At number 9 is Kevin Campbell. He holds the somewhat proud distinction of being the highest scoring player in Premier League history to have not won a cap. The tall striker played for 7 different teams in their 19-year career, but his most notable spells came at Arsenal, Forest and Everton. Whilst he never set the world alight, he was always a consistent scorer, scoring 148 in 499 games. He was mighty close, playing for the under-21s and Bs, but never the first team. 8 is Tony Coton, and the second goalkeeper on the list. He was another one who was unfortunate not to win at least one cap. He played more than 500 games over a 19-year career, playing almost exclusively for Birmingham, Watford and Man City. He was the second player to be inducted into the Watford Hall of Fame and won Man City Player of the Season twice when he earned a call up to the England Bees. He played once for England's second string but never won an international honour, and went on to become an agent after his retirement. Number 7, Dennis Mortimer, only player who captained the team to both a league title and European Cup win, can probably consider himself an unlucky not to win a cap, and he's no exception. A Liverpool-born midfielder, played just shy of 600 games in the Football League, scoring 47 goals, and will remember for his 10-year spell at Villa. In that time, he was pivotal to success, captaining for 7 years and winning both England and Europe's popular leagues, as well as the League Cup. He played for the England under-23s and Bs, but never the full national side. Moving on to number 6, and that is Howard Kendall. He was best remembered for his incredible managerial career, but supporters of a certain vintage also remember him as a fine player. Talented midfielder, he formed one third of the Holy Trinity at Everton along with Alan Ball and Colin Harvey. Ball won 72 caps, including a World Cup win. Harvey won 1 and Kendall didn't manage that. A 2-time FA Cup finalist, he won the league as Everton in 1970 and also played for Preston, Birmingham, Stoke and Blackburn. Despite captaining England to youth team glory at the 64 Little World Cup, he never won a cap for the senior team. Moving on to number 5, and that is Mickey Hazard. It's been claimed that England are incapable of producing natural gifted players, but the truth is there have been a number of them. The problems have been in England managers understudying and accommodating them. Whilst many have failed to do so, Mickey Hazard was simply never given a chance. The diminutive midfielder had a fine technique and passing ability which saw him star for Tottenham and Chelsea in the 80s. He won a FA Cup and a UEFA Cup with Spurs, adding a 4-members cup at Chelsea, but to the bewilderment of many, was never handed an England cap. Number 4 is Billy Bonds. It's still considered a travesty by some West Ham fans that he never won a cap. Versatile and committed, he began his career at right back before adapting to become a centre back. Having started his career at Charlton, Bonds joined West Ham in 1967 and stayed there for 21 years, making more than 800 games for the club, making him far and away the Hammers all-time record appearance holder. Bonds might have won a friendly cap in 1981, but injury ruled him out against Brazil. Moving on into number 3, and that is Jimmy Greenhoff, a wonderfully gifted footballer. He was best remembered for his time at Leeds, Birmingham, Stoke and Man United, although he later played for Crewe, Toronto Blizzard, Port Vale and Rochdale. A skillful and tall two-footed player, he won more than 200 career goals in just shy of 750 games. He won a total of 6 trophies in a 21-year career, including the FA and League Cup. He played for England in the 23s but never won a full cap, and for many is considered the greatest player not to. Moving on then to number 2, and that's Jimmy Case, the star of the magnificent Liverpool team of the 70s, when one looks at what Case achieved, it's difficult to believe he never won a cap for England. In 8 years at Anfield, he played 200 games for the club, winning 4 league titles, 3 European Cups, 4 Charity Shields, 1 UEFA Cup and more. A very effective left winger with a tremendous shot, Case won the Bravo Award in 78, naming him the best player in Europe that season, but he still failed to receive international recognition. He played and scored once for England 23s but didn't win a full cap. And number 1 is Albert Stubbins, one of the greatest examples of a forward in the English games. Stubbins was powerful yet technical, capable of scoring goals, creating creating goals and bringing people into the game. A large chunk of his early career, 1926, was taken from him due to World War II. In that time, Stubbins scored 188 goals in 231 appearances in unofficial wartime games. By the time the war came to the end, he was one of the highly regarded forwards in the world and set a post-war British record fee when he signed for Liverpool in 46. He scored 24 goals and won the title in his first season at Anfield, although it only proved to be his only trophy for the club, as losing in the 1950 FA Cup final kind of marked the end. He scored 83 goals in 178 games for Liverpool and holds the red distinction, being the only footballer to appear on the front cover of the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band album. Stubbins played for England in unofficial wartime fixtures, but never won a full cap while under Walter Whittingbottom following playing for Liverpool. Anyway guys, that's it for you. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, loads of comments down below for daily football news, and subscribe to the channel, would be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace!